Good evening, everyone. My name is Tina Hewerman, and I am one of the Detox Divas for HBN, along with these two other ladies in that photo that you see right there. You know if you can see that all correctly, and trying to get everyone muted. Yes, thank you. I think I did. I do have auto mute set up. Thank you, Donna. Anyway, my name is Tina Hewerman. I'm one of the Detox Divas. I've got these two beautiful women that help me, and we have other guest speakers throughout the week that also help. There we go. That also help on these calls. You're going to be very excited at the end of this presentation. Also, not only for the information you're going to get from Susie, but our next week's call is going to be pretty amazing too. We're really picking up some great speakers lately. So that's always so exciting. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will introduce you to Susie Brown here in just a moment. But first, our June Try Me program is happening right now. Any order, as you can see right there, any brand new order that's 100 CV will receive Flexible, which is a part of our whole body collection, for free. If you have a current account, any auto ship that you have that processes for 100 CV, you will get this bottle of essential oil for free. It's great for muscular post-workout, things like that. So yeah, one of my favorites to use with my clients. Yes, we're going to hear about that and a little bit. And it is an excellent oil. So if you've not processed your auto ship yet this month, I would hurry and go get this, because with summertime, we've got softball games, we've got gardening, you've got some issues going on with your muscles. So this is a great one to have on hand for that. I want to introduce you to our CEO and her husband, Paula and Ben. Heart and Bodies Naturals was launched with a simple purpose: sharing synergistic healing trilogy products formulated with the healing power of plants provided by our creator. Ben became very ill one year and was going to have emergency surgery. He was having inflammation of the veins, the vascular system, and it was causing excruciating pain. Paula reached out to her buddy Alexandria, our founder and formulator, and asked her to come out of retirement and put together something that was going to help her husband. If you've not heard Ben's story yet, then you are going to want to ask whoever invited you to the call tonight for Ben's story, because it's truly amazing within a 6-week period how his labs had completely turned around. Which brings us to our formulator. Sorry, just a second. So Alexandria is an aromatherapy formulator, educator, and owner of the Brighton Institute of Botanical Studies, with over 30 years of experience in Ayurvedic medicine, aromatherapy, herbal, and natural remedy world. We are the only ones that have the exclusive rights to her formulas. She is known worldwide, and her reputation for purity and plant formulations is very well respected around the globe by aromatherapists and plant medicine people. How we're different than other companies. We are purpose driven. Everything is farm direct. There's a buy and try guarantee, and everything is earth friendly with sustainability to make sure that we do no harm to the earth as we are processing our herbs and plants and tonics for the formulations. And this is what I love about the company. This is what really gave me a good feeling about planting my flag here, and I'm so glad that I did.
Cornmeal.
There we go. And the traceable sustainability of the sourced ingredients, like I mentioned, our approved manufacturing partners is one of the things that really sets us apart. The testing that our products go through, both by a third-party lab, but also our in-house quality control department. If it is not a pure product, Paula will not allow it to go to the floor, and that's been proven time and time again with products that did not pass in-house quality control. And she immediately took action, pulled the product, and then got it replaced so that it was did meet she and Alexandria's standards for excellence and purity. So tonight I am going to introduce you to Susie Brown. Susie is, let me get my notes up. Where'd that go? So Susie owns Susie Brown Dynamic Reflexology and Nutrition, also Time to Heal Holistic Care Collective. So when one of my success partners said, when I asked to put out a call for who wants to talk on this tonight, she tagged Susie, and Susie and I had a nice long conversation about her passion for the products and how blown away she was. As I said, she owns both Susie Brown's Dynamic Reflexology and Nutrition, as well as Time to Heal Holistic Health Collective. Her education in reflexology, holistic health. Oh, let me get that other screen up here and get those muted. Oh, got it. Okay, sorry. I do have it set so they're muted as they come in, but I don't know why that's not doing it tonight. Just what does Chuck always say? Murphy's in the house. Murphy's Law. As a certified reflexologist, essential oils coach, nutrition practitioner, and Reiki healer, she works with each client on an individual basis to help them navigate and meet their personal goals to reach optimal wellness. No two people are alike, and each program and session strategy is designed with the patient in mind. She's obviously very heart-centered like the rest of us. She received her nutrition certification from Bonnard College of Holistic Nutrition, Precision Nutrition, and Center for Nutritional Studies on plant-based nutrition to help her clients help people improve their health, nutrition, and lifestyle. In addition to studying these styles of reflexology, nutrition, and Reiki, she's also an active member of the Reflexology Association of California, the Reflexology Association of America, and the Holistic Health Masterclass Practitioners Group. So quite an impressive resume. Susie, do you want me to stop share for a moment so you can come on and introduce yourself before we get to the next screen?
Sure.
All right, there you go.
Hi. How is everybody tonight? All
I'm
right.
good. I'm so excited for you.
I am too. So, that's Tina, you did such an amazing job introducing me. I don't know what else to say except we can jump right into everything. Today, I'm just going to give you like a 6,000 view overlook of the lymphatic system. I'm going to show you some points using ear reflexology that you can actually start using on yourself while using our L-Stimulate essential oil, which I do love because I use it in my practice with my clients every day. So yeah.
Let's stop just right there for a second. I want to kind of recap our conversation from the other day that we had. Yep. And we brought up the essential oils, and you had shared with me that you're actually formulating yourself. And when you saw the oils here, you were kind of pretty excited about that. You want to talk on that just a little bit?
Oh yeah, I am. I do have my essential oils coaching certification through the Essential Oils Institute, and I got that a few years back. And I do blend my own. I haven't in a while, and what I have found is I really like single oils for specific things, but I really liked what Alexandra had done when the whole body line came out, and I started really looking at that. And for what I do with reflexology, I really felt that was an amazing opportunity to take advantage of using these oils and following her protocols. And honestly, my clients are loving them. I start with the Align, and depending upon what's happening with my client on that day, I may use 3 to 4 different oils, but I will always use the L-Stimulant because I do a reflexology lymphatic drain in my sessions. So you might get Align, Connect, and Flexible, You might get flexible and osteo with Align. It just depends upon what's going on. I've had clients that have some emotional things, so they're going to have some clear, connect, and sensory. So that whole line really excites me, and it's been amazing over the past, I guess, about 2 months now that I've been using them consistently within my practice. And not only does everybody love them and they're like, what did you just use on me? What I'm also finding is that because of the way they're blended, they all work together and nobody has had an adverse reaction to them. And nobody's gone, ooh, nope, that's too much. And so it's really nice to know that all of these work together and synergistically.
That's
So,
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, I'm going to pop my screen down and let you take over when you are ready for me to share the ear point screen, or if you just want to talk through it and demonstrate with your portable ear, you're more than welcome to do that.
You can actually you can pop up that screen. We'll use that. I didn't put a PowerPoint together, but what I'm going to do is I'll have some talking points. So you guys won't actually see, you'll see a little bit of what I'm talking about. But we will go through, and please feel free, everybody, to, when we get into the ear part, feel free to work your ears. And if you do have any L-Stimulate running around on your desk, feel free to grab that, and I'll show you how I use it in my practice, and we'll be able to use it with the ears. So really quick, and tell me, how much time do I have?
You have about a half an hour.
Okay, great. I don't want to go over. All right, so the lymphatic system. Again, I'm going to be giving you kind of that 6,000 viewpoint of the lymphatic system. We're going to we'll hit some key points about it, and then we're going to go right into the fun stuff of reflexology, which is really where my passion is. Okay, so the lymphatic system is a one-way drainage system. It's a function of transportation as well as defense, and it's made up of a network of vessels, nodes, and ducts. It clears proteins, cellular debris, pathogens, fatty acids, and other particular waste matter from all of the body tissues. Unlike blood circulation, which is a two-way transport system pumped by the heart, the lymph vessels are compressed by muscular movement, which forces the lymph forward. It only goes in one direction. It's not two-way. So when the lymph is being moved, it will actually, little doors will close so it can't come back. So it can only go into that one direction. And lymph itself is a watery, clear fluid, and it relies on the movement, breathing, and gravity for its transportation. Again, it's only in one direction too. And the lymphatic capillaries are found below the surface of the skin and the soft tissue of the body. So when we are working our lymphatic system, whether we're dry brushing your whole entire body, or you're going to do it manually with your hands, you actually want a gentle touch, because if we go too deep, we're actually starting now to work muscle, ligaments, and tendons, and we're not working the actual lymphatic system. So there's a little tip. So when you are, it's not like harder is better. Oh, I'm going to get that lymph going. No, you're now moving into your muscles and not the lymph. So it's gentle butterfly. Think of that. Your head, your neck, your body is a little tiny, brand new 1-week-old baby. And that's how you should treat your lymphatic system. So gentle, just very gentle. So the organs of the lymphatic system include our bone marrow, our lymph nodes, our spleen, and our thymus. And the initial lymphatics, okay, sorry. So our spleen is our largest lymphatic organ. Our thoracic duct, which is in the thoracic spine, is our largest lymphatic vessel, as well as the right and left side. And think of ourselves if we are a wishbone and I took your legs and we split you right in half. right down the middle. Our right side is our right side and our left side is our left side. And we don't cross over. Even in reflexology, I know that there's some like TCM work where if I touch one area, it crosses over to the left because we're right brain, left brain. With reflexology and also the lymphatic system, what's on the right is on the right and it flows on the right, and what's on the left, it flows on the left. So what's really interesting as well is that since the spleen is only located on the left side, which our spleen is located just right under our rib cage, right under the diaphragm. And if you feel and palpate right under your rib, I don't know if you can see me, right in here, you're gonna feel your spleen. Some days it might be a little tender and we need a little love. So if there's any tenderness or pain along the spleen line, we need to just give ourselves a little love, and that's where lymphatic drain will come in handy. Also, the spleen looks like a sweet potato, so eat your sweet potatoes for the spleen, for that spleen leaven. All right, so the initial lymphatics merge the lymphatic vessel that gradually increase in size and have a slightly thicker wall, which means that the lymph is carried away from the cells towards the lymph nodes, and all lymph is filtered through at least one lymph node before it can return back to the circulatory system via the subclavian vein. And the subclavian vein is the vein, it actually comes right around our ears and down through our body. It crosses in through the diaphragm and goes down through some other areas. It's a deep vein. We have a right side. I have to make sure. Sometimes because I look at feet this way. We have a right side and a left side, and those are our two compartments. And again, the left will circulatory through the left side of the subclavian vein, and the right goes through the right side. So are you guys ready to learn about a little ear reflexology?
We are ready, yes.
Yay. First off, is there any questions before I move into the reflexology section?
I don't see any popping up. Everyone's ready to.
Okay.
We can go into questions at the end. So if you guys do have, can you use connect was a question.
Okay, great. So this is my ear, and it's like you could see here. All ears are laid out pretty much are the same. What's great about ear reflexology is that when it comes to the ears, it's the same map worldwide, whether we are an auricular therapist, an acupuncturist, a reflexologist, a massage therapist. We share the same map. And what's different about ear reflexology across the world versus hands or feet is everybody's hands and feet maps are slightly different. So the thymus might be in a slightly different area on the hand or the feet, and there are a million maps. But one thing that they did do a while ago is they standardized the ears. So it's nice if you go in to see your ear doctor, your auricular therapist, we're all going to be talking about the same points. So here on our slide, you see spleen E and spleen C. It's not that we have two spleens. One is the Chinese and one is European/French. So the French look at the spleen, it's up by the thymus, and the Chinese look at the spleen that's down here in the in this little valley right here. And my brain has just escaped me of actually what this area is called, because we do have names for all of the ears. So I'm going to start with our famous point 0. And if you actually take your ear, the outside of the ear is called the helix. And the helix comes around, so we have the antihelix and comes around and comes to the lobe. That is this, all right here. This is our helix. So if you follow the helix all around, and you're gonna feel this little tiny notch when you come in, this little tiny notch you'll feel. So right where the 0.0 shows, there's this little notch. Why don't you, everybody just hold that? You can feel the little notch, and it doesn't matter. You can do both ears or one ear right now. That is our 0.0. And 0.0 brings the whole body back to homeostasis balance. It balances our energy, our hormones, the brain activity, supports actions of other points. It controls visceral organs through the peripheral nerve ganglia, which I love that word. It promotes willpower. And note that when a symptom is caused by an unresolved emotional condition, stimulating 0.0 can bring back balance to that unresolved emotional resistance. So 0.0 is kind of that one, it's like you're just having that rough day, you just press on it. And you don't have to press hard. Just like you're just barely poking. What's nice about points with reflexology, a butterfly touch is a butterfly touch, and it will still activate that point. So now we're going to come over to the triangular fossa, which is this triangular spot right here. And right there exactly is Shenmen. Shenmen is the spirit gate. And it's the tranquilizing mind. If we have a fussy baby, or if you're actually a fussy baby, press on your Shenmen and just breathe it in. And it will actually alleviate stress. It will alleviate pain, tension, anxiety, depression, insomnia, restlessness, excessive sensitivity. It can reduce coughs, fever, inflammatory diseases, high blood pressure, and it helps with other auricular points to work better. So when you're working on your own ears, Shenmen and 0.0, either you can start with or finish with, but you're always going to use those 2 points to get in your practice, so of your self-practice. So I like to start with Shenmen, and I like to end my sessions with 0.0 because it just kind of brings everything back in alignment and back into balance, and it's just a beautiful way to end. So now we have our spleen C, which is a Chinese, and our spleen E. And it doesn't matter which point, you can hit both of them. And again, an E for European really means French, because the French decided that they have a few points that they like better than the rest of the world. So we do include those in. And these are used for any lymphatic disorders, water metabolism, immune dysfunction, digestive disorders, constipation, edema, blood disorders, cough, and sputum, which is another fun word. And note that the spleen is only on the left ear because the spleen is only located on the left side, where we'll have the liver comes over a little bit, and the gallbladder will only be on the right side, but the liver does actually cross over our center. So we're going to have a bit of the liver and the pancreas on both ears, is because they do cross over, because our liver is here and then our pancreas is behind and then our stomach is right here. So those organs are all going to be there. And if we have 2 organs, we have 2 kidneys, we got a kidney on either side. So the thymus strengthens our immune function and our vitality, and that is right at the tragus. It's right about there. So right where our ear meets our skull, and this little flappy guy is called the tragus. And so vitality just sits on the top. And this is a dynamic point that strengthens the immune system. It's also chronic fatigue. It will help with AIDS and cancer, and it also will increase our overall energy and vigor. When illnesses last for a long time, using the vitality point is really amazing. So those are those points right there. And what we're going to do is Now that you have everything, I'm going to actually take a couple drops of my L-Stimulate. And all I do is I'm going to put a couple drops on my index finger. 1, 2, and I'm just going to rub my thumb and my index finger together. So now I have the L-Stimulate. So one thing I didn't talk about yet is the outside of the helix, right through here, is our spinal cord. And the inside, the anti-helix, which is this inside, is our spinal column. So we have our cord and we have our column. So what I would like you to do is just take it right now and start right about here and just rub down. So right here is this beginning of our cervical spine, and we have each, well, if I'm inside, it's going to be each of the vertebrae. But right where the lobe and the helix connect is the top of our spinal cord, which our spinal cord then goes into the cerebellum. So I just want you to rub the outside of the helix with that. And what we're doing is we're opening up the spinal cord. And if you take right about at this point, which is, if you can see me better, right about here, this is our thoracic spinal cord, which is also opening up the thoracic duct in our lymphatic system. And we're just rubbing it. And I like to start with the spinal cord because we're opening everything up and we're welcoming in the healing. And then I will move right into the anti-helix, which is the ridge right here. And this is our actual spinal column. So this little notch right here is the concha notch. And we are going to start that this is the cervical spine coming up, and here is our thoracic. So this is where the thymus and the spleen are going to be, right on the inside. So I like to I actually hit the whole entire spine because I like to open everything up. And we're just coming in. And I'm working on my right side only because it's easier than me using my left, because I'm right dominant. So even though I'm going to show you the spleen points on my right side, remember that they are on your left. So we have that. And what I like to do is when you're working your ears, I like to, these points, I'll massage about a minute. I'll just massage for about a minute and get them ready. And then I start to go into the next point. So I like to work in a I guess technically a counterclockwise position. What's nice about the lymphatic or with the ears is that there's no, unlike the feet and the hands, once you hit all the points, it's okay. You don't have to go this point, then this point, then this point. You can hit all of them just as long as you hit them all. So in a session, I would come around and I would start at Shen Men. And when you hit Shen Men is that I get at the triangular fossa, and you can actually kind of feel where that is. And I use my thumb if I'm working on myself, and I just hold it. And I'll hold Shen Men for 2 minutes. Shen Men and point 0, I hold for 2 to 3 minutes. And if you're stressed, you're gonna start to feel yourself come down. And we're not gonna hold them all that long because we don't have, with time constraints. So then after Shen Men, I'll come around and I'll come down to the vitality point. And this is why I put the essential oils on my thumb and my index finger, because you can see that we're using these 2 fingers on our whole entire ear. So I just come in and I just hold. I just hold. If there is any pain or discomfort to anybody right now, hold your point a little longer. Hold it until the pain or tenderness decreases or goes away, or hold for a good 2 minutes. And you may feel your pulse. And if your pulse comes up and it's a steady pulse, you've set the point and you don't need to do it anymore. And sometimes when there's just stress in the body, the points will be tender and they will or be painful. And that's okay. And so just know that to hold that point until either you can feel the pulse or the pain dissipates or completely disappears. All right, so now we're going to come over to the spleen, and I'm going to use Chinese spleen. So what I do is when I come around, and I'm so used to it now, I follow my ear, and I just follow it, and it'll dump you right in. So if you follow you're on vitality point, and if you just come around, and it's going to dump you right in because it's right at this point of where the anti-helix comes in. So this is basically, I don't know, you can't read it, but it does say thoracic. So it's right there. And we just hold it. We just hold. Yes, it's going to make you sleepy. That vitality point definitely is going to make you sleepy, Yolanda. And this is a great way. I'll show you one other point. If you have a fussy baby or a fussy husband baby, I'll show you how to calm them down. So what we're also doing is, so we're there. Actually, you know what? Oops, actually what we did is I actually hit the French or the European, and we're hitting the thymus at the same time because I came up a little far. So what's nice is that if your finger's big, you can hit 2 points at one time. It's not a problem. Your body knows. So if you come down a little slow down here, almost right across from where the ear canal is, that is your spleen, the Chinese spleen. Also, the liver is just a hair above, so you're probably hitting your liver at the same time, which is not a bad thing because detoxing the liver is always good. And then when we're done with that, I like to swing my finger around and I'll end at 0.0. And we just sit there. And you'll know that 0.0 is because you'll feel that little notch and then there's a tiny little indent. Yes, nails do need to be trimmed. Absolutely. Sometimes when you're good, I don't recommend it, but if you have like a Q-tip, because we're not going into the ear canal, you can hit the Q-tip, but I like using our fingers because you can feel the pulse and you can feel how hard. But yes, if you're a person that has long, beautiful nails, yes, this one's going to be a little harder. Maybe there'll be another time I can teach you feet or hands as well. So yeah, and it should take, just to go through the lymphatic system, it should take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 15 minutes to do your whole lymphatic system through the ears. And so if you have a fussy baby or if you have somebody fussy, we have our tranquility points. And if you've ever noticed a baby when they are sleeping and they're sucking their thumb, especially if they're teething, our teeth reflex is right here. So baby already knows. We've known reflexology our whole lives. Came out of our moms doing reflexology and you didn't even know. And babies, when they sleep and they're holding the ear like this, because it's calming them. And so we're hitting the tranquility, the anxiety, and the master cerebral. So all you need to do is rub all the way down. So you rub from here down the lobe. And whoever's falling asleep, you might not want to do this because this will put you to sleep. Don't be doing this driving. But yeah, you can sit here and rub both of them. Again, if you have a fussy baby or a fussy man-child, just grab their ears and start. Or woman-child, I should say that too. I should be, So yeah. And what's nice is that just those few drops of the essential oils now has gotten into the ears, it's gotten into the bloodstream, and it's now going to do its work. And it's wonderful. So yeah.
That was fun. I really enjoyed that. My mom's husband was a veterinary acupuncturist, and so a lot of this is familiar to me, with the meridians and the points and stuff like that. But that was my first time, like, really ever self-stimulating the points and stuff. And then that kit, that L Stimulate kit, also comes with that brush. Do you want to touch on how to use that brush just real quickly too, even if you don't have one there?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't have one here. I have two different types of brushes, one from a company. They're both in my bathroom. I really like the brush that we sell. It's soft and hard all at the same time, and it's a really high quality. So I recommend, if you're going to get it, get the kit, because that brush is amazing. So Alexandria has, she's done a really nice job. When you print out the PDF of the L Stimulate, it shows how to do a nice lymphatic dry brush. You want to make sure that you dry brush before you get into the shower. Do not dry brush after the shower, because your pores are open. It will hurt like you have a sunburn like nobody's business, and it doesn't do us any good. So it should take about 5 to 10 minutes, and you don't have to do your whole body. If you're gonna dry brush every day, you dry brush your neck, your upper chest, and I always get the spleen. So we come down and we go into a downward motion. So we have all these lymph nodes right through here, all of the lymph system here. Again, both sides, whatever we have on one side, we have on the other. And, we have lymphs under our arms and through our chest, along the top of our breasts. Men have them too, don't worry. And then, so we're gonna start with I normally do like 5 strokes, and it's gentle with the brush. So we 5 stroke here, and then I come around to the back and I will come up. So we have some lymphatics back here, our cerebellum's here. So we have some lymph here, and we just come back. And my lucky number is 5. I just do 5. And there is a sequence. So when you start, you'll start with your neck, and then you're gonna brush down your arm, and I do 5 times. And then you're gonna come back up your arm so we have the dorsal and the, I guess, plantar. It's not the plantar, I'm used to my feet. So the top and the bottom. And then you're gonna come around, and we're moving towards our heart, to our center, to the thoracic duct, because it's not just our heart, because our thoracic duct is right on, just on the other side. So that's where we're moving everything to. And then you're going to do the same thing on the same side. If you're in your car and you're like, oh, I just feel a little, I need some lymphatic drain, you can actually just take each one of your fingers. And if you do have the oil with you in your car, take a couple drops, and you're just going to come down 5 times each finger. And I'm just using my thumb and my index finger. And you're gonna come down on all of them 5 times. And what I also like is, let's say you're at a dinner party or you're somewhere and you're just not in a place that you're gonna hold your ears. You can do that very incognito. You're in a business meeting. The other thing is if you take your thumb, so this ridge right here, this line right here on our hand is technically our diaphragm. So if you take your thumb and you hold it there and just bring your hand around, and I'm not holding hard, and you pump, and you pump. We are actually doing a full body lymphatic drain right now. and you'll actually start to feel, and you can do it on both sides, you'll actually start to feel your body go into more relaxation. So if you're in a place that you're like, I can't get my ears and I'm not taking off my shoes, this is one way to start a lymphatic drain. And you don't even need oil, but it's always great to have the oil. But that gives you the ability, and you can do this at night. You can even do this part in the shower because you're not using the dry brush. So once you do the dry brush, what I like to do is I'll get through here, each side. I come in and I make sure I'm getting the lymphs under my arm. And then I don't forget about my spleen. I will always dry brush my spleen. And so I just, and see how, and if I had the brush in my hand, I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming inward. And then we have lymphs down here in our groin area. So I'll come in. If I have the brush, I do one at a time, one side at a time. And then when we're working our feet, we're going to come up. We're flowing up and from the back up. And I can't show you that because my screen's not big enough. And it should take, again, if you're only doing upper body, it should take 5 minutes before you jump in the shower. If you're going to do whole body, it should take about 10 minutes to do it effectively. And again, it's not deep, gentle, just like you're touching a brand new baby. Very gentle.
That is awesome. You guys start using those reactions and throw some hearts out for her. There was a question, do you have to dry brush every day or drain every day using the points and stuff?
You don't have to, but we should, because we live in a world of toxins and our body gets clogged up and jammed up. So if you can't get it done every day, a couple times a week would be great. If you're able to, once a week, I mean, if once a week on Sunday is your self-care and I take the magnesium bubble bath, I'm doing all that, then awesome, great. But really, we should drain every day, even if we're just doing the quick upper body.
Okay.
And then people with lymphedema it's a totally different subject.
Okay. One of the other questions was, can I use Connect essential oil with these points?
Yes, and I would use Align, Connect, and L-Stimulate together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely. Good. You can use all of these, all the essential oils can be used on all these same points. And if you want to know other points for other things, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to show you other points and how these oils can work with other ear points too.
Well, this has been a very informative call. The chat's been blowing up all night, so I'm sure we will have you back. One more question before we go. Do you always rub towards the heart, and why?
Yes, because we're moving towards the heart, but technically it's the thoracic duct, which is behind us, it's right about here.
Okay.
Which is right about where the heart is at. And it's because of the flow. Remember, the lymph fluid it's a one-way system and it has to go back to circulation. So we're not really sending it to the heart, but we're moving it that way. It's going there so it could be recirculated throughout the body. It could go back to the spleen, get cleaned up, flushed out, and sent back, and then sent back out, because it is using part of the blood vessels too.
Very good. Very good. Susie, thank you so much. That was incredible. I'm so excited about this. We are gearing up for, let me go back to screen share now, because I've got a couple announcements up there. Let me get that chat down. There we go. We are gearing up for, I thought I had this on here and I don't, but we are gearing up for more detoxing coming up towards the late part of August. And then of course, the first week of September, the late part of August, we are going to kick off with a liver detox. And then we will go into our 3 rounds of the 10-day parasite cleanse. So this lymphatic drainage, to get your knowledge, we want to make sure that we do things in the correct order. And so let's start detoxing. Let's start detoxing the lymphatic system, getting that cleaned out and flowing, and then we can move into the liver, continue with the lymphatic system, and then go walk and move daily too. Thank you, Landy. Yes. And so having that lymphatic system going, the liver, and then going into the parasite cleanse, we're going to hit the winter months and be better than all of our friends. So if you have enjoyed this call and you think that possibly you know a few people that could benefit from this, One Team, One Dream Hangout will be starting at the top of the hour in about 15 minutes. That is the website. The passcode is One Team. Coach Marcus will be going over, how you can share these products and earn a side income or even free product. If big goals aren't on your horizon right now and you're just interested in free product, that's a great way to start. He's going to go over how that benefits you. And next week on the Detox Diva, anybody recognize this person? We are going to have Miss Donna back talking about the microbiome. She's taken another deep dive into the microbiome and our gut health product. And she's going to be educating us again on that and doing a reboot with a new operating system. So that will be at bit.ly /Landy Zoom if you want to mark your calendars and invite guests. And with that, again, Susie, thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciated your knowledge and obviously giving your time to us tonight on the Diva Call. With that, Tina Heuerman signing out. Have a great night, everyone.